Are you out of your mind? That was our last 50 bucks. Wayne hissed, but Mary had already slipped the bill to the elderly woman sitting near the supermarket entrance. Here, please take this, Mary said softly. May whatever you give return to you fivefold. The woman bowed her head, staring at the money. A silver strand of hair slipped from under her scarf, and tears glistened in her dark eyes. $50! Thank you, sweetheart. Our last 50, Irene scoffed. And you, ma'am, aren't you ashamed of yourself? Preying on the innocence of good people? You're a fraud. With your fivefold reward nonsense? Does that line ever actually work? No. Drop it, Mary replied. Money comes and goes. Let's go. I can't stand panhandlers. They're all just freeloaders and weenos. Irene grumbled as they walked away. And besides, where exactly do you plan on making money? Did you forget we just got laid off? I can tutor or maybe do some freelance translation. There are plenty of ways to hustle if you're driven, Mary said, smiling. The world is full of opportunities for two young, smart, and creative women. That old lady has it rough, but we'll figure it out. She turned back to glance at the entrance, but the elderly woman was already gone. Probably ran straight to the liquor store to spend your cash, Irene muttered. Oh, stop being such a buzzkill. Right by the store doors. An elegant woman in a white trench coat and a matching hat stood watching them with a smile. Mary smiled back, though she couldn't place the face. Just to be safe, she nodded. Better to be polite to a stranger than to ignore someone you might actually know. The woman in the white coat nodded back, and a familiar silver strand of hair slipped out from under her hat. Later that evening, just as Mary got home, her phone rang. It was her boss. He apologized profusely and asked her to come back to work. It turned out a massive new contract had just come through, so the layoffs were canceled. He even offered her a raise if she could start tomorrow morning. How much? Mary asked. An extra $500 a month. And that's just a starting point. Once we wrap up this project, there will be more bumps down the road. What do you say? See you tomorrow, Mary answered with a smile. Right after hanging up, Mary tried to call Irene, but the line was busy. Irene finally called back 20 minutes later. What do you want? Irene snapped, her voice dripping with irritation. You calling to rub something else in my face? No, what happened? Are you okay? What happened? Irene was practically in tears. Right after we split up, some idiot driver almost ran me over. Then some punk kid down the street asked me for a cigarette. And when I said no, he called me a cheap steak. Then my neighbor cornered me in the hallway, complaining that I don't help clean the building like everyone else. And to top it all off, my mom just called telling me to move back to the countryside because I'm clearly not cut out for the city. Hey, take a breath. Did the boss call you by any chance? The boss? Why the hell would he call me? To yell at me some more? No thanks, I've had enough for one day. Mary did the math in her head. The driver, the kid, the neighbor, the mom. 4 people, Mary whispered. What about 4 people? Nothing. It's just, do you remember what that woman outside the supermarket said? Whatever you give will return to you fivefold? Yeah, so what? What exactly did you give her today, Irene? The line went dead silent, and then Irene broke down crying for real.